In Washington today as congressional leaders and the president try to come up with a compromise on budget cuts and tax hikes before December 31st deadline. But negotiations appear to be going nowhere, and it looks like Americans, well, can expect to lose more out of their paychecks. NBC's DANIELLE has the very latest.
President Obama landed in Washington late this morning. Hawaii Lieutenant Governor Brian Schatz, who is replacing the late Senator Daniel Inouye, rode along with him on Air Force One. He'll join the Senate as they reconvene in the hopes of reaching a deal to avoid the fiscal cliff.
I don't see how you could hammer out any kind of a grand bargain or large plan involving tax reform and entitlement changes in the matter of days.
Serious doubt is setting in. Even Starbucks is getting involved, writing "Come Together" on its cups. Speaker John Boehner says he's sitting this round out after failing to get enough House Republicans to support his own plan just before Christmas.
I think that Boehner is being controlled, unfortunately, by the right wing.
That leaves it up to Majority Leader Harry Reid and the rest of the Senate to find a passable solution. Aides say Reid's plan would avoid tax increases for people making less than $250,000, eliminate some big spending cuts, and restore unemployment benefits.
I think you're likely to see a two-step process here, one sort of dealing with sort of the immediate dynamics so that you can in fact set up a situation where you can deal with the larger situation.
Without a deal, Bush-era tax cuts will expire January 1st, and deep spending cuts will set in. Congress set up the deadline hoping it would force a compromise. So far, that's backfired. And if the fiscal cliff wasn't bad enough, now there's a new warning from the Treasury Secretary that this country is about to hit its debt limit and needs to act fast. In Washington, I'm Danielle Lee, NBC News.
Well, Congressman Adam Kinzinger says that he is not optimistic that the fiscal cliff can be prevented and says Americans are going to suffer in the new year. He says the buck stops with the president, but ultimately both sides have to compromise.
I think the answer is it's a balanced approach. It's going to, Republicans have put revenue on the table. The president needs to come forward and put some serious spending cuts on the table and talk about, look, we each have to accept something we don't like in order to hopefully get to a fair and balanced conclusion.
We will have much more on the fiscal cliff showdown beginning on our news at 4:30 and on our nightly news at 5:30.